Hi, my name is Guy Fredrickson. Today is Sunday, January 9th, 2022. And this video is about the carburetor for my 1961 Chris Craft 17-foot ski boat that came with the 283 engine in the flywheel forward configuration. So this is the original carburetor that I had professionally rebuilt, and this is what they sent back to me. So fortunately, this carburetor still had the original ID tag, and you can see the number 3059S. So with that information, you can search and then find the original spec sheet. So this is a Carter WCFB carburetor. There you can see the 3059S. This was printed in 1958. So this gives you some of the spec information on the carburetor and the parts list. Very useful to have. This other carburetor is very similar, but it may not be identical. It didn't have the original tag on it. But I picked this up on eBay for a good price and decided to get it and try to rebuild it myself to learn something. So these old carburetors have a cast iron base, and then this is a zinc alloy throttle body, and then this upper housing is aluminum. So I took everything apart very carefully. One thing that caught me off guard was when they attach these gates to these shafts, they use these brass screws. So these are a size 4x40 threads, and the threads protrude out the back side of the shaft, and what Carter did was they flared the threads a little bit so that the screws couldn't back out through these shafts. So as I started removing those, I actually broke two of the screws before I realized what was going on. And then I took a Dremel tool and ground off the back side that was flared, and then the screws came right out. So upon disassembly, I soaked this for several days in Evapo-Rust to clean it up, and that worked very well. These I soaked in Alumabrite, which is an acidic solution. So I only soaked them for something on the order of 7 minutes each. So when you soak these in Alumabrite, it foams, it's very reactive. So you don't want to leave them in there any longer than necessary. But Alumabrite did a good job in cleaning some of the surface contamination off of them. And then all these little steel parts and such, I soaked in the Evapo-Rust to clean them up. Then once they were cleaned that way, I took a Dremel tool with different brushes to kind of clean the surfaces of everything a little bit more. And then when everything was pretty clean, I ran some taps through all the threads to make sure the threads are clean before reassembly. So that's where everything is right now, ready for reassembly, all nice and clean. So I bought this rebuild kit from Mike's Carburetor Parts. So I'll hold this here so you can pause the video. And they sent me this rebuild kit. And they also send you a link to a PDF file that you can download with instructions on how to disassemble, reassemble, and adjust the carburetor. So this is a really good resource for these sorts of things. And then this is a book I found on eBay, picked it up for about $10. And it's more generic description, but also helpful on how to disassemble and reassemble the carburetor. So that's where I am right now. If you have any questions, please let me know. And thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.